Alright, so now I'm just going to give you a quick demo on how water slide decals for plastic models work. Your basic supplies are going to be your decals, which will come off of sheets from your kit, some paper towel, a cup of just plain water, tweezers help a lot, and a paintbrush with fairly stiff bristles on them. So to start off, I usually separate out my decals. So here there's 2 5s. I'm just going to go ahead and use one. So to get them going, take them, place them face up in the water, and then just let them float around. They usually need to sit in there for about 15 to 20 seconds, but I generally leave them in longer while I'm cutting out other decals or while I'm putting some decals on. So I'll put a decal on, I'll have another one waiting in the water. That way when I'm done putting the one decal on, this one will be ready to come out. It's okay to get it wet. Sometimes they sink though, so you gotta watch that. Just kind of let it float around a bit. Getting it wet on the top is a good idea actually, because it kind of helps it go a little quicker. So then, once your decal's ready, I usually will dunk it, shake the excess water off, put it on the paper towel, and then just let it sit for a couple seconds or so. Then, I don't have a model right now to place this on, so I can't really show you on a model, so I'll just go ahead and put it just down here. Then what I like to do is just kind of wet the brush a little bit, and I'll brush over the top of the decal and see if it started sliding yet. Because what the decal will do is just slide off of the paper backing that it's on. So once it starts sliding freely, you know it's ready to come off. There, I got under it a little bit, so this one's just about ready to release. I'll bring it up here. Move that out of the way. Sometimes you have to poke at it with your brush a little bit to get it moving. There we go. Now I released it so you can see that it slides around on the paper freely. I'll just wet it a little bit more here. So now you can see that it's free. So on a normal plastic model, what you would do is figure out where you want to place it. So for me, I'm going to put it here, and then since they're called water slides, you literally slide them, and then I usually will anchor it in place with my paintbrush and slide the paper out from under it rather than sliding the decal, because sometimes they fold up and wrinkle and you don't want that. It causes a little bit of frustration. It can be fixed, but it's easy to avoid. So, and then once it's on, it probably won't stick to this material, but once it's on, I'll usually use the brush to smooth it, make sure there's no air bubbles in it. And once you got it where you want it, and this is actually a good example too, because it probably, like I said, won't stick to this material, but if you keep it wet on the model, you can reposition it. So if you put it on crooked at first, you can kind of push it around a little bit till you get it where you want it. Then once you get it where you want it, take off excess water, smooth it out, or you can use optional decal set, which helps it set up, and it also helps it kind of go into the nooks and crannies and grooves or sort of details if you have them on a model. So that's really the basics of water slide decals. They're not too easy, or not too hard, sorry. Little ones are actually not too easy, but this one's about a half of an inch tall, so that's a pretty easy one to deal with. So thanks for watching and happy modeling.